Hello, my name is Karina and this is my perfume app. Today I'm going to talk about Solstice Scents. I just I just received an order from Solstice Scents not very long ago. And I thought I would share what I purchased and just what I think about these scents. This is my favorite indie house. I think that Solstice Scents is on the same level as like DS and Durga or Nasamato. I really have an appreciation for a perfumer owned independent house. Now, I mentioned DS and Durga, they recently sold, but it started out as, an independently perfumer run house. And I think that those perfume houses are interesting because they can do things that are outside of maybe what is being directed under like some marketing ideas. Like if you think of big brands like Kayali or even Tom Ford, they're going to go to the big oil houses like IFF, Firmenich, Givaudan, and they're going to put together something that they can market and package, and it might be according to seasons and trends and all these things. But what I love about indie houses is they just create scents that they want to create for whatever reason. Like, for example, when I make videos, okay, so I might take mainstream scents and then I will say, these fragrances remind me of, hair salons, or I can say these fragrances remind me of a 70s moms, or I can say, I haven't done a video like this, but I could literally do a video that's like these fragrances all smell like Senior Prom 1992, right? But the big mainstream perfume houses are not going to do that because that's maybe like too niche. So when I really want something interesting, I look to the smaller, independently owned perfumers and their products. And Solstice Scents really, for me, is almost like an aromatherapy house. I didn't start out thinking about them like that. I really started out just looking for something that I could make maybe my signature. I really miss the days of my youth where I would go buy, a little fragrance oil and I would think that I really found something that suited me. I haven't quite felt like that about Solstice Scents, but I do feel like they create scents that really help me get into a certain sort of mindset. So I'm saying all that because these perfumes are different. These are not like classically like this is a pretty perfume and you'll feel very feminine and you'll feel sexy and you will feel like a boss lady. This is not what I am going to talk about today, and I don't think that this is what Solstice Scents does. The perfumer is Angela St. John. She's also the owner, and I believe she owns this with her husband, and he does some of the art and she makes the perfumes, and maybe they both do both. I don't really know. She kind of seems secretive, which only makes her more appealing to me. She doesn't seem to like really put herself out there or use her face as like a brand. And I have like a real certain kind of respect for that. Like I really appreciate that. The scents from Solstice Scents help me feel like I smell nomadic and bookish. And if I have a fantasy version of myself that I want to present to the world, is that I would like everyone to see me as somebody who is nomadic and bookish. Like whether or not that's really the situation. She creates her scents around this whole fictional Foxcroft town that's full of schools and homes and woods and all kinds of things. And I really enjoy them. I don't think I always share exactly her vision of what the scent is. Like whatever it seems like she's putting out, I might make it my own, but it doesn't lessen the quality at all. In fact, I wish she would take it further. But anyway, these are all scents from this fictional Foxcroft town, and this is what I have, and this is what I think about this stuff. So the first one that I want to show you is a sample. Every order you make from Solstice Scents, they allow you to pick out one sample. So the one I picked is called Morning Room. This is Peony Paper Orris Rose Auto, I don't know what that is, Lace and Violet Pastilles. I'm gonna put it just right on my hand. Yeah, so if you like the idea of peony and rose, you would like this. What's really cool about this is that it has a paper note. So Morning Room, this is a little card that's supposed to represent Morning Room. And this came from Solstice Scents. So this is kind of the idea. Maybe you're writing your morning letters. I always wonder if these photos are actually from her house because they're very charming photos. Yeah, I've smelled her rose notes before. She uses rose a lot. I'm not sure if this is like a natural rose, but I get the feeling that maybe it is. Maybe she's growing roses and like distilling her own essence. I'm not sure about that, but it smells very natural. So that is Morning Room, and that was a sample. I got another sample that I paid for. This is an EDP sample. They're pretty fat little sample bottles. This is actually a 3 ml, and this is the Mirror. And this is a newer scent. I think this came out this fall or winter. So I wanted to try that. And $8, you know, that's kind of expensive, I think, for 3 mls, but it's worth it. It's worth it to try it. Okay, so this has balsam fir, clove bud, Tonkin musk, Buddha wood, carnation, weeping cypress wood, cardamom, oud, and oak moss. This smells very oudy to me. I do not, I'm not sure that it's a natural oud either, because I feel like I've smelled something similar in like Lattafa fragrances. It does smell, it's called the Mirror, and I do think it smells like a mirror that's like cloudy with incense smoke. And there's something in it that's metallic. I tried to look up notes to see like what about this smells metallic to me. And it could be like the cypress wood. I don't know. It could be the oud. When I first sprayed this out, I thought, oh, I like it. But after a few minutes, I was like, no, I don't. It's just not, I'm not an oud person, I don't think. I think oud to me, it has to be like super well blended. It has to smell really natural, and it has to be like so, like minute. It's just too much for me. This scent also does have something in it called Buddha wood, which I learned is like a sandalwood alternative that doesn't have the pickle note. So that's interesting. I'm glad I got to try this, but this is definitely like, you know, 3 mls is going to be good. And, you know, this is still kind of on the first impression side because I've only, you know, tested these out a couple times. But this is it's very, very strong. That's another thing I want to say is if she has a fragrance that has an oil and then also has an EDP, some of these roller bottles will be alcohol based, but if there's an oil and an EDP, the EDPs are way, way stronger. I've tried some in both formulations, and the EDPs will knock your socks off. If you try one of her oils and it doesn't smell that strong, and there's an EDP, that's going to be way stronger. So yeah, this is really, really strong. It's really oudy, spicy, woody, clovey. I feel like I would have liked this if I hadn't smelled a million Lattafa fragrances over the, not a million, but you know, I've smelled a lot of Lattafa fragrances over the last year or so. Okay, so in these roller balls, the first one I got is, I think it's Sirocco. It's Sirocco. And this one kind of made me laugh when it came in the mail because I know like exactly what I was doing. So this has sandalwood, saffron threads, hot baked earth, myrrh, spices, oud, again, and jasmine. And this is copyright from the website. Sirocco is a blend of sandalwood, precious saffron threads, hot-baked earth, myrrh resins, spices, and a touch of oud and jasmine, which meld together to create a dry, woody, resinous, and spicy scent, representing the blisteringly hot desert, spice caravans, and never-ending sun-scorched sand. So it's just kind of funny because obviously I've been craving hot weather, and that's why I bought this. And that's why I say that Solstice Scents is like my favorite aromatherapy house. So I love this one. I just said I don't like oud. This one has oud in it, but this is really well blended, and I absolutely love this. I don't love it because I think it's like particularly pretty. I think it does smell like hot baked earth. It smells like the opposite of winter, and I just have been craving that. Like, it literally smells like cracked clay ground, like hot baked dusty earth. It's exactly right up my alley right now. I wish that more perfumers would come out with stuff like this in the middle of winter, just like scorched sun, because I would buy those. I feel like everything that we crave is a little bit off season, and I just don't see enough like just baking hot sun that comes out in the middle of January. I would love it, and I would get it. Yeah. This smells really good. It starts out very, very dry smelling, almost like a petrichor smell, which can be like a dirt, like a wet dirt smell. And as it dries down, you do get more of the myrrh and spices, and I think it's just really, really pretty. So yeah, there's that. And then the next one I have is just kind of along the same lines. Let's see if I can see. High Desert. So High Desert is desert sage, ceremonial white sage, sandalwood, miti, cacti, tobacco, hay, smoke, and labdanum. So yeah, there's definitely more hot weather yearning here on my part. This is a very dry smelling sage. It's not a sweet sage like clary sage. It's definitely desert sage. I get hay. I get a little bit of smoke. Again, super nice if you just want to smell something that smells like very warm. It smells like you want to go to the desert and sleep next to a cactus. It's very cool smelling. These are cool fragrances that I really like wearing, and they're all going to be a little bit on the weird side, I would say. The next one I have is Sea of Gray. Sea of Gray. And I went into this one knowing that I might not like it because this seems to be one of their more controversial scents. Ooh. There is something, okay, it's vanilla rain, salt water, seaweed, ambergris, white amber, roasted seashells, white sandalwood, and frangipani. And let me tell you something, that seaweed roasted seashell note is humming. When I first put it on my skin, I don't notice it right away, but within seconds, I smell something distinctively clammy. And I don't know how brave I would have to be to rock this perfume. I still think it's interesting. I still think that like it's kind of a cool sea scent, but I just can't see myself going out in the world possibly smelling of clam. That clammy note does fade, but I feel like I'm picking up on it here or there. Like I wore it all around the house, and I just thought, I don't know. This one is probably going to be just a sleep only scent, and I'll just see if it weirds my husband out or not, because I think it's really strange. And I put it on my son, my teenage son, and I said, what do you think about this? And he put it on his skin. At first he said, and I said, does it smell good to you? And he smelled it again. He's like, oh, it kind of smells like Sirocco. And Sirocco is an international grocery store here in Indianapolis, and it has like a very big seafood counter, and it smells like seafood when you go in there. There's something I think American, like just traditional like American style grocery stores, they must put in great effort to like mitigate that seafood smell, but not in the international market. It is like loud and proud, we definitely have seafood here. And yeah, I mean, this has there's like a seaweed, seashell smell. And let me see. Oh, I'll tell you some copy from the website. It says, this is a marine vanilla with a light drizzle of rain. As it begins to rain, the oceanic elements recede like a tide as you seek refuge in the beachside ice cream parlor. Some people love this, some people hate it. Sea of Grey. I'm glad to have it. Pretty strange fragrance. The next one I have, this is one I had a sample of, and I was thinking actually about getting a large EDP bottle like this. This is not from my haul. I just put this out here to show you what her full-size EDP bottles look like. This is Upstairs Window, which I don't think she has right now, but this is absolutely amazing. It's like a smoky beeswax scent. I love it. It's one of the best that I have in my collection. But anyway, Iced Persimmon was something I had a little 1 ml sample of, and I thought about getting the EDP, and then I just decided to get a 5 ml roller ball. But this is a love for me. This is also very strange. The persimmon is a fantasy note, but the notes are vanilla frozen custard, persimmon pulp, tonka bean, vanilla waffle cone, sugar cone, clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon. This is one of my very favorite Solstice scents. The clove in it makes it smoky. This is absolutely my kind of gourmand. It smells like the pirate scene on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like a spicy, smoky citrus with some sort of vanilla ice cream in the background. It's gorgeous. It almost smells, it's like it's right on the edge of kind of smelling gross. And I think there's something kind of cool about something that smells so good it's almost turning to the dark side. That's what this is like to me. I love it, and I probably will buy a big bottle of it someday. And the last thing I got was, I'm not wearing glasses and these are really hard to read. This is it, Solstice Kefi. And I did buy this after watching Amy at Savor Salvage Scent review it. She really liked it. And this has frankincense, raisin, honey, labdanum, myrrh, red wine, beeswax, galangal, cassia, and lemongrass. I'll read you again some copy from the Solstice Scents website. This Kefi incense-inspired perfume is primarily natural and contains house tinctures of frankincense, organic raisins, cassia, galangal, beeswax, and pine resin, paired with a wide variety of natural essences and a few synthetics to enhance some of the fantasy accords. So I looked up Kefi, and it looks kind of like a handmade pellet incense. This has a lot of frankincense right away to my nose, but I also pick up on the raisin. It's really, really good. It smells like the bulk food section of like the adorable health food store that we have here in an area of town called Broad Ripple. There's like a very old-timey health food store with like creaky wooden floors and bulk herbs, and it really smells like this. I feel like actually that health food store would go perfect in the town of Foxcroft. I am excited to wear this. I feel like I'm a little out of season with this one. I feel like it would be really, really beautiful around Christmas time, around winter solstice. But I feel like summer solstice too. I do start liking really spicy incense fragrances in the super warm weather, so I'll try it out again then. But I do like this. I'm glad I have it. And I'm glad to have like a fragrance where she mentions how natural it is, because I don't think it's always super easy to tell, but it's good to know like she's making a lot of these ingredients and putting them in this perfume. So Solstice Kefi, this is really cool. I'm glad that I have it. So anyway, this is what I purchased from Solstice Scents. I usually buy from them once or twice a year. I want more of the big bottles. They are like $90, so that's what stops me. I just can't pull the trigger because, you know, I think, oh, I could get one of these for $90, or I could get like all of these for about $100. So I usually will go for that rather than getting one bottle. That's just how I am. I want to try all the things. And I know that it's going to take me a long time to get through. I think these are like 70 ml, 60 mLs. I mean, that's going to take me a long time just because I'm a dabbler. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please leave a comment telling me what your favorite indie house is. If you've tried indies, if you've never have, do you like this kind of thing? Like, do you like weirder perfumes? Do you use perfumes as aromatherapy? I do. And I'll talk to you real soon. Subscribe.